Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another video on Forgotten Weapons. I'm Ian McCollum, and today I'm very excited to have an FR-F1 out at the range. I did a little bit of video zeroing this a while back. I figured it's high time that we do a little more shooting with it. So let's see what we can do. A couple quick things. I've taken off the rubber eye cup on the scope because I'm wearing glasses instead. And French designers always seem to design for people with really high cheeks, or really low cheeks, or whichever would go. I actually find this a little more comfortable without the cheek rest, so I'm gonna take that off for today. This was, of course, introduced in 1967. It was a purpose-built precision sniper rifle. Mechanically speaking, it's based on the MOS 36 more or less, but the parts are not interchangeable. The receiver is strengthened and beefed up compared to the MOS 36. It has a detachable 10-round magazine instead of the Model 36's built-in 5-round mag, and should be pretty good to go. We got a 3.85 power telescope here. I'm going to put a couple rounds onto my steel target to make sure I'm zeroed, and we'll try a group on paper. That's a hit. That's a hit. All right, now I am shooting Pervy Partisan PPU standard 7.5 French ammo, which is not all that accurate. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and put, let's say 5 shots on paper. These are feeling pretty good so far. Four. And 5. This, by the way, is the front sun cap that is held on by tension only that I didn't notice was coming loose. So we'll just pop that guy back on there. And let's go take a look at what a 5-shot group looks like. By the way, I'm not doing 10 because this is very much susceptible to the group wandering when the barrel gets hot. That was kind of an accepted consequence of it being built with a relatively light profile barrel. That was something the French kind of anticipated, and they deliberately made the choice of we want it lighter rather than have a greater amount of sustained fire capability. So that barrel's pretty toasty to the touch, and I want to give it a few minutes to cool down before we try more serious shooting for accuracy. So let's go have a look. It's not too bad for PPU ammo and me shooting it. Yeah. Oh, that's something like a 3-inch group. It'd have been nice if I didn't have that guy in there. Not too shabby. So the coolest thing ever done with these rifles, I think, is an incident at Loyada on the Somali border where a group of terrorists took a bunch of French school children hostage in a school bus, like 35 of them, and fled and made it to the Somali border. This was, they took them hostage in Djibouti, which was a French territory at the time. The French responded actually with a unit of the Foreign Legion because this ended up going down at a Somali border checkpoint that was manned by the Somali army. And then GIGN, the French elite counter-terrorism sort of unit, responded, this being the first time they had actually had an operation outside of the national French borders. So they showed up. There were 6 terrorists in the school bus with, a busload of kids, and armed firearms, hand grenades, the works. GIGN set up 6 snipers with FR-F1 rifles And in a super cool, badass moment, they basically counted to 3 and all fired simultaneously and took out all 6 terrorists in the bus simultaneously with 1 shot each, which is super cool. So anyway, I just took a close look at this and realized I had it zeroed for 50 yards instead of 100, or 50 meters instead of 100. So I am going to click that up to 100. We'll see if that fixes my elevation. And then for windage, I want just a little bit of right windage. I'm going to do like 1 click and see what that does. Fine tune it a little bit. And barrels cool down a bit. Let's do another 5 shots on that target. All right, I think I pulled one of those. And you know what? As an emergency measure, I'm gonna go for 1 headshot. Let's see if I got him. Well, that's about the same size group. Very pleased with those. Not so much with that guy. That headshot hit, just barely. Although it's interesting, it's exactly in line with this. Maybe I should give it a little bit... All right, so there's a couple problems here. 1, I'm not that good of a shot. 2, my PPU ammo is not particularly great ammo. Not very consistent ammo. I can't tell what of this is me, the ammo, or just the rifle. Number 3, even if all of those things were good, I really don't have the facilities out here to do a proper long-range evaluation on a rifle like this that is designed to go out to 600 or 800 meters or more. And 4, I'll acknowledge it, I'm probably biased in favor of this rifle because it's French, it's collectible, it's rare, it's super cool, and I really like it. So I am legitimately curious to see this rifle properly wrung out and find out what its capabilities really are. Obviously, it's not me. I'm not the one to do it. So I'll tell you what, I am going to send this over to 9-Hole Reviews. If you haven't seen them, they are a smaller but up-and-coming channel that does some really excellent work doing proper trials, both speed-wise at close range and accuracy-wise at long range, which is what this thing's in desperate need of. So, spoiler, I actually did this a little while before you're seeing this now. And so over at 9-Hole Reviews, they already have their video up on this. So you should go and check it out right now. And let's go find out how the FR-F1 actually handles a serious long-range course.